when we worked together, it was like a perfect fit because it was like, good, somebody that is amused by my stupid ideas and has some of his own.
Yeah, let's cut this cloud into an elephant.
Yeah.
Or let's cut this cloud into Abraham Lincoln. I remember you gave me one. You're like, I was like, what is this? You're like, it's Abraham Lincoln. I was thinking, it looks like Marge Simpson.
I still have that. I still have it. All right, how you doing?
There it is. Mr. Chris Shary.
Hey, Mr. Cadieux, how are you?
I'm so happy. You are a teacher at Lincoln High School in Stockton, California, where I went to school and graduated from. You were there, but you weren't my teacher, but you were there when I was there. We worked in community theater and did set design out in the middle of a vineyard, and we built multiple sets in the middle of a vineyard and then went swimming at somebody's house afterwards. It was great.
Yeah.
We were invited. I feel like the way I said that was like, and then we found a pool. And
we snuck in, and it was awesome.
Exactly.
Like your parents weren't there. It was sweet.
I went on and looked at your most recent Instagram, and two things to me stood out. One, you're an incredible artist.
Thank you.
Incredible artist. The way you can capture the face and expressions and emotion in just the subtlety in which that happens. And the complexity, it's hard to explain, and will strongly encourage everyone to go look at the picture and your paintings and your drawings themselves. The other thing I noticed was there is a massive amount of art on this Instagram page in a very short amount of time, over a very long period of time. So the question is, how does that happen?
Like my real favorite place to be is drawing, and when I'm doing that, the time passes by, and I'm not thinking about the other things that are going on in my life right now. I'm thinking about whatever the subject matter is, or I'm listening to music while I'm doing it, and I'm really focused on like the joy of drawing. And it really hasn't changed for me. I mean, like the same feeling I got when I was 3 years old, sitting on the kitchen floor with my mom and our coloring books in Germany, I still have that. So I can still just lose myself in what I'm doing. And it's a great escape for me. So I'm the kind of person also that I like a lot of visual stimulation. And right now I don't have as much of it because not much is, my physical face is not changing. I don't have new things coming in apart from digitally. So if I want things to be different, if I want to be looking at and consuming new things visually, then I have to be contributing. So to me, in the back of my mind, I've always been the sort of person that feels you don't get change unless you are change. So I'm putting out a lot of work because I want to see that come back to me. And if I'm not doing it, what right do I have to complain that I'm not seeing it like nobody else is doing it? Well, why am I not? I feel like that kind of gives you also hope that, okay, well, even though these are strange conditions, there's still beauty and joy that can be found in really simple, pursuits. And that's important, because if we lose sight of that, then it's so easy to just dwell on the negative side of things. And it's not being unrealistic, but it is a matter of being more useful with the time that I've been given. Because I'm looking at this I've been given this time, so it would be a shame if I just wasted it. Having said that, I've got my days that are like, ugh. So it's not, all sunshine lollipops, but I'm trying the best that I can to really utilize things to the best of my ability.
How do you encourage younger people who have skill but are maybe stuck in well, I'm not at this level, so it almost is discouraging to them, even though if you really just looked at theirs independently for their age, it's actually really good.
Well, for me, it was always very, very pragmatic and very practical. I would just very, very straight up just say, oh, you're not as good as you want to be? Keep doing it. It's really very practical. My question is always, all right, well, where do you want to be? So if that's where you want to be, if you love what you're doing, you can only get better by keeping doing it. So if you're discouraged, you just go, okay, well, do you give up or do you keep working at it? You keep working at it. you know, unless it's something that you don't enjoy. I went skiing once. I hated it. And I thought the end result is what? I get going down a bigger mountain. Like, I have no interest. I wasn't good, but I also didn't care for it. I was cold. I was wet. I mean, there was zero in it for me. So I kind of looked at it and went, I could get better if I stuck with this, but I don't like it. So if you like something, you stick with it and you work with it. I know that you and I both as drama teachers, you get kids and you know, I know you've done this. You will cast people that are hard workers who may not be the most talented. So like if you could quantify talent, they might not have that, but they do have dedication and a heart and work ethic. And, you know, they memorize really quickly. They may not be the most natural, but they work at it. To me, that's more valuable a lot of times than just the sheer talent. So if you happen to have the talent and that blossoms, that's even better. But you got to have that work ethic, and where do you want to be? It doesn't make any sense to me, like when I'm sure you've had this too, like kids that are like, yeah, you know, I'm going to be in the NBA. And you're like, oh, cool. Well, what team do you play? Oh, I don't.
Like, yeah.
That doesn't make sense. You know, you work at the things that you want to do. And where do you want to be?
What do you say to students who, as a way maybe to encourage them, they're stuck at home, you know, you teach these artistic classes, they're artistic beings, they're used to collaborative and creating, and now they're stuck at home. How do you encourage those kids?
It's hard. You know, what I always like to tell kids about anything like this, or if there was a death in the family, or if their parents are going through a divorce, everything's temporary. So while we're alive, everything is temporary. You may hate your freshman year, but it's temporary. You may hate being in quarantine, but it's temporary. So knowing that something is temporary, make your plans for when it's over. I think it's really easy to be like mired in the here and now and just go, today sucks. And a lot of todays do suck. But if you can kind of like remind yourself, it won't always be like this. All right, well, what am I looking forward to? Can I start planning for that?
All right, well, going back here, a little rapid fire round. This is the cookie jar questions.
Oh, geez.
So I got some random questions in here, and it'll give you 3 of them. All right, here we go. First question.
See, rapid fire. Do you want to talk as fast as I can? Am I talking as fast as I can?
You can talk as fast as you can anytime. I don't care. All right. If there's nothing rapid about what's happening right now. If you could have any animal as a pet, what would it be?
Rhino. And actually, having said that, I have a painting. I'm staring at the painting of a rhino that I've done, because like rhinos are my favorite. So
let's see it.
It's like I'm walking over here. So like right in front of me is this painting of this rhino that's what I was looking at while you were talking. Okay, so rhino. For sure, rhino.
That sounds about right. What is one song you listen to when you want to feel better?
The song Sunny by Bobby Hibb. Just the other day they did, Billie Eilish did a cover version of it. It was really pretty. It's her and her brother playing piano. Sunny, it's great. My parents used to always be playing it when we lived in Germany, so I associate good memories with it when I was a little guy.
Nice. Okay, on the topic of songs then, next one. What's one song you might be embarrassed to admit you like? I don't know if that's possible.
None. I like everything. I love the Spice Girls. There you go.
That's right. We're
the Spice Girls. Like, they have no idea.
That's right. Just reading that question, I was like, I don't think he would be embarrassed by a single interest he has. Okay.
I have no embarrassment about that.
What is one book you read you did not hate?
1984. I love 1984. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I'm giving you too many things. I know. Phantom Tollbooth. That's a great one. I love the Phantom Tollbooth.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for spending time with me and for answering the questions.
Thanks so much for the time, Chris. This was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Great to see you. Later.
You bet. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.